If you care about living longer and staying sharper, stronger, and more energetic as you age, there's one hidden factor you can't afford to ignore: chronic, low grade inflammation. It doesn't always feel dramatic, but it quietly speeds up skin aging, stiffens joints, disrupts blood sugar, and can even affect memory and mood. Now, here's the good news: some of the most powerful anti inflammatory tools are already sitting in your kitchen. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the top anti aging spices and herbs that have the strongest evidence. And we're not stopping at "this is healthy." I'll show you how they work in the body, how to actually use them in real meals, and the biggest mistakes people make that cancel the benefits. Stay with me, because in a few minutes I'll share the absorption trick that can make one of these spices dramatically more effective, and most people never do it. Let's define what we mean by inflammation, because this is where longevity conversations either get smart or get messy. Acute inflammation is protective. It's what helps you fight infection and heal injuries. The problem is chronic inflammation, what researchers often call inflammaging. It's like a low-level fire that never fully goes out. Over time, that fire can damage tissues, impair blood vessel function, and push the body toward insulin resistance, which is strongly linked to faster aging. Many herbs and spices are rich in polyphenol and other bioactive compounds that can help calm inflammatory signaling, often by influencing pathways like NF-κB and oxidative stress. Think of it as lowering the background noise so your body can repair and regenerate more efficiently. And as we go, I'll keep it practical, because the real win isn't knowing the science. The win is building small daily habits that compound for decades. We start with the heavyweight, turmeric. Turmeric contains curcumin, a compound studied for its ability to modulate inflammatory pathways and oxidative stress. In simple terms, curcumin can act like a switch that turns down inflammatory signaling while supporting the body's own antioxidant defenses. But turmeric has a problem. Curcumin is not absorbed well on its own. So if you've tried turmeric and felt nothing, it may not be you. It may be the delivery. Here's the first actionable rule: pair turmeric with black pepper. Black pepper contains piperine, which can significantly increase curcumin absorption. Second rule: take it with fat. Curcumin is fat soluble, so turmeric in a meal with olive oil, eggs, yogurt, or avocado tends to be more effective than turmeric in plain water. This combination, turmeric, pepper, and fat, creates the absorption synergy you need. The easiest habit is a savory, golden base. Sauté onions with olive oil, add turmeric and black pepper, then build soups, lentils, or scrambled eggs on top. Turmeric works best when you treat it like a daily, gentle signal, not an occasional rescue. For most people, culinary amounts used consistently are a strong starting point. Now, the cooking detail most people miss. Don't scorch turmeric at high heat for long periods. Add it after onions and garlic have softened, keep heat moderate, and let it bloom briefly in oil. For a longevity-friendly drink, consider a balanced golden milk, warm milk, or a milk alternative: turmeric, black pepper, cinnamon, and a little ginger, ideally with minimal added sugar. And here's your retention reason. In the next scene, we'll cover ginger, the spice that not only supports inflammation control, but can also support digestion and that post-meal heavy feeling. Ginger is one of the most versatile anti-aging spices because it influences inflammation and also supports metabolic comfort. It contains gingerols and showgales, compounds that have been studied for their anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. Ginger is also famous for easing nausea, but for healthy aging, I'm more interested in what it can do for digestion and circulation. A practical habit: after a larger meal, ginger tea can be an easy reset. Slice fresh ginger, steep it for 10 minutes, and add lemon. Or add grated ginger to stir fries, oats, smoothies, and marinades. If you want a simple anti-inflammatory shot, blend ginger with lemon and a small amount of water. Now let's talk cinnamon, because it's popular and frequently misunderstood. Cinnamon can support healthy aging largely through metabolic effects. Better blood sugar stability often means less glycation, which is a process where sugars bind to proteins and can contribute to visible skin aging. But here's the critical detail: choose the right type. Cassia is common, but Ceylon cinnamon, sometimes called true cinnamon, is often preferred for regular daily use. Actionable strategy: Use cinnamon to improve the nutritional profile of foods you already eat. Add it to Greek yogurt with berries or sprinkle it into oatmeal. Or mix it with coffee. Cinnamon works best when it helps you reduce added sugar, not when it's paired with it. Let's stay on the anti-aging chemistry. Glycation is one of the reasons people can feel older than their age, stiffer joints, duller skin, slower recovery. Pick one daily anchor meal, often breakfast, and upgrade it. If you normally eat oats, make it oats plus cinnamon, plus chia, plus berries. Then you've built an automatic, low effort anti inflammatory habit that repeats every day. Coming up, we'll cover herbs that act like anti inflammatory shields. In the gut, an overlooked pathway. Now we move into herbs, rosemary and oregano. These herbs are rich in polyphenol that interact with the gut environment. A large part of immune activity is connected to the gut. A healthier barrier means calmer inflammation. Rosemary contains antioxidant compounds, while oregano supports microbial balance. The practical takeaway is simple. Use herbs the way Mediterranean cultures do, daily. In food, not as a rear garnish. Add rosemary to roasted vegetables. Add oregano to eggs, soups, and dressings. Keep a longevity seasoning blend ready, so healthy flavor is effortless. Let's add thyme and sage. They're not just nice flavors. Thyme is used for respiratory comfort. Sage is discussed for cognitive support. Herbs are not magic pills, but herbs can shift your daily exposures. Less reliance on ultra-processed flavoring. More polyphenol, better satiety, and more stable blood sugar patterns. One of the most anti-aging moves is making healthy food taste good. Add thyme to soups and stews. Use sage in savory dishes. In the next scene, I'll cover cloves, one of the most antioxidant-dense spices. Let's do a quick myth versus fact, because misinformation is one of the fastest ways to waste time in the longevity space. Myth: if a spice is healthy, more is always better. Fact: with spices and herbs, the benefit curve is usually about consistent culinary use, not extreme dosing. Myth: if I add turmeric to anything, it works. Fact: turmeric's key compound is absorbed poorly unless you pair it with black pepper and ideally a fat source. Myth: cinnamon is automatically healthy in desserts. Fact: cinnamon is most useful when it helps you reduce added sugar and stabilize blood sugar. Myth: dried herbs don't matter. Fact: dried herbs can be very powerful when they're fresh and stored well, but stale herbs can lose potency over time. Now, with that cleared up, let's move into cloves, one of the most antioxidant-dense spices. Cloves are small, but they're potent. They contain eugenol and other compounds with strong antioxidant activity. Oxidative stress is tightly linked to inflammatory aging. There's also a practical angle that many people overlook: oral health. Gum inflammation and poor oral health are associated with broader inflammatory burden in the body. Clove tea or clove-infused rinses have traditional use for soothing. In daily life, cloves are easy. Add a pinch to oatmeal with cinnamon. Use it in chai-style teas or add a small amount to stews. The key is dosage. Cloves are strong, so small amounts are enough. And stay with me, because we're about to talk about chili and capsaicin. Chili peppers contain capsaicin, the compound that creates heat. It interacts with receptors involved in pain perception and metabolic signaling. Some studies suggest it may support energy expenditure and help with appetite regulation. But this is not a more is better category. If you have reflux or sensitive digestion, aggressive chili use can backfire. The smarter approach is controlled culinary doses. Try adding a small amount of chili flakes to olive oil and garlic. Metabolic stability reduces inflammatory pressure. Now let's talk about a spice that feels luxurious but is surprisingly relevant to aging: saffron. Saffron is rich in bioactive compounds and is often studied in relation to mood. Why does mood matter? Chronic stress and low mood can amplify inflammation. Saffron isn't a cure, but it can be part of a calming routine. Use it in rice, soups, or warm milk. Even a small amount can transform a meal, which helps with dietary adherence. Green tea deserves mention because it's one of the most studied beverages for healthy aging. It contains catechins, especially EGCG, which are researched for antioxidant roles. If caffeine doesn't suit you, consider earlier timing or choose decaf versions. For an herbal option, consider chamomile or peppermint for evening routines. A calming ritual can support sleep, one of our best anti-aging tools. A practical habit: replace one sugary drink per day with green tea. This swap alone can reduce sugar load and improve hydration. In the next scene, I'll show you this stacking strategy. Here's the stacking strategy for anti-aging spices and herbs. Think in patterns, not products. Pattern 1 is the anti-inflammatory base, turmeric plus black pepper plus a fat source, used in savory meals. Pattern 2 is the metabolic stabilizer, cinnamon used to reduce added sugar and flatten the blood sugar curve. Pattern 3 is the circulation and resilience support, garlic, used consistently and prepared correctly. Pattern 4 is the gut and antioxidant shield, rosemary, oregano, thyme, and sage, used daily. When you stack patterns, you reduce decision fatigue because longevity habits fail when they're complicated. Try this simple weekly routine. Pick 2 dinners where you use the golden base. Pick 5 mornings where you add cinnamon to a high-protein breakfast. Pick 3 lunches where you add a herb blend to a salad dressing or soup. Let's make this practical in a way most videos skip. Spices and herbs are plant compounds, and plant compounds degrade with time, heat, light, and air. If your spices are years old and live above the stove, you may be getting aroma, but far less benefit. Buy smaller containers more often and store them in a cool, dark place. Consider whole spices when possible because they keep potency longer. Grind pepper fresh when you can. Choose reputable brands. And if you're using turmeric frequently, consider rotating with fresh turmeric root as well. Another underappreciated tip: use spices to make whole foods more appealing. If herbs and spices help you eat more legumes, vegetables, and lean proteins, you've upgraded your entire dietary pattern. Here's a copy-paste longevity day using anti-aging spices and herbs, without turning your life into a chemistry experiment. Morning, a high-protein breakfast, Greek yogurt or eggs, with cinnamon, berries, and nuts. With cinnamon, berries, and nuts. Midday, a salad or soup with a rosemary oregano thyme blend, olive oil, and lemon. Olive oil and lemon. Afternoon, green tea or an herbal infusion instead of a sugary drink. Evening, a turmeric golden base, dinner, lentils, vegetables, or lean protein. Plus black pepper and olive oil, with garlic added the right way. If you want a simple dessert habit that won't sabotage inflammation, try plain yogurt with cinnamon, rather than ultra-processed sweets. This routine is boring in the best way. It's sustainable. A professional safety note: herbs and spices are foods, but concentrated use can interact with medications. If you're on blood thinners, have gallbladder issues, or are pregnant, speak with your clinician before using high-dose supplements. Culinary use is generally considered reasonable for most people. But even then, listen to your body. If chili triggers reflux, scale it back. Longevity is about creating conditions where your body can thrive. The most important principle is consistency plus overall lifestyle. Spices and herbs amplify that foundation. Let's lock this in with a simple memory system. Turmeric is your inflammation signal. Pair it with black pepper and fat. Ginger supports inflammation and digestion comfort. Cinnamon supports metabolic stability, especially when it helps you reduce added sugar. Garlic supports vascular aging. Crush it, rest it, then cook. Rosemary, oregano, thyme, and sage are your daily antioxidant shield. Cloves are potent. Small amounts go a long way. Chili can help when used intelligently and tolerably. Saffron and tea rituals can support stress resilience and sleep. Choose 2 habits and repeat them for 2 weeks. That's how longevity becomes real. Next time, we'll cover the everyday foods that accelerate aging.
Before you go, save this video and share it with someone who's serious about healthy aging.
Because the best longevity strategies are the ones you actually repeat. Tell me in the comments which 2 habits you're choosing first. I'll see you in the next one.